Coming up on this edition of Bearkat Student Media News, Texas will hold its presidential primaries in just a week. Find out how Walker County will handle the election on their end.
Also, SHSU students took some time out and volunteered around Walker County. Find out who benefited and how.
I'm here at the LSC White Ballroom, where one event attracted over 1,000 SHSU students. Find out that event and why some students left disappointed coming up on Bearkat Student Media News.
Live from the Dan Rather Communications Building on the campus of Sam Houston State University, this is Channel 7 News.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Thomas Chambers.
And I'm Jessica Maldonado. Welcome to Bearkat Student Media News. Some SHSU students made an impact for the February service project in support of CASA.
My co-anchor, Bearkat Student Media's Jessica Maldonado, has the story.
SHSU students partnered up with Give Pulse and student involvement to volunteer at CASA of Walker, Trinity, and San Jacinto County. They helped with garden work and cleaning up outside, as well as set up for their upcoming expo event in April.
I just love helping out the community in any way that I can. So when I found out about Give Pulse, I got really excited that there were so many opportunities available to me.
CASA stands for Court-Appointed Special Advocates. Their mission is to appoint an advocate to every abused and neglected child in the custody of Child Protective Services.
So as of today, we are serving, I think, 95 children currently. In any given year, we will provide services to a range of 140 to 220 children. We don't have any control over how many children we serve. We serve all of the children that come into foster care, no matter what that number is.
Ages ranging from 0 to 19. They have something for every child. For the month of February, CASA partnered up with the Fellowship Church to give every child a Valentine gift.
It makes such an impact to these kids and to the families so that they don't feel forgotten about. Like one of the Valentines had a Stanley Cup in it for one of our teenagers, and the stories that our advocate came back and told about how special that teenage girl felt and how excited she was.
If you are interested in making an impact and becoming a volunteer advocate, you can go to casawalkercounty.org to find out more. From Huntsville, Texas, Jessica Maldonado, Bearkat Student Media.
In early February, Sam Houston was once again recognized by a well-known Consumer Report magazine. This time, it was for the school's online programs. Every year, U.S. News and World Report ranks the best online college programs in various categories. Sam Houston offers more than 50 fully online programs, and 10 of them were recognized in the most recent report.
These include second best online criminal justice program for veterans, 12th best online education program for veterans, and third best online criminal justice program. Not all of these programs acknowledged were undergraduate. In fact, 5 of them were master's programs. The latest report rankings can be found on the SHSU website.
Election year is here. On March 5th, the Republican and Democratic primaries will take place in Walker County.
The United States is 4 years removed from the largest voter turnout in an election in the 21st century, according to census.gov. However, it also turned out to be a controversial election.
To find out more about the voting environment in the county, we turn to Bearkat Student Media's Colin Neal.
What are things that happen every 4 years? The Olympics? The World Cup? Well, for the United States, it's both of them, and more. One of those, the presidential election. A time where not only millions of Americans exercise their right to vote, but also where the country's future could change. On March 5th, Texas will hold its presidential primaries, and with signs slowly coming out to the lawns and polls, the day is closing in.
We always prepare for the worst when it comes to presidential because there's a lot of feelings, there's a lot of emotions, there's a lot of passion. And so whenever we prepare for an election, all of the workers that I personally train, we try to really make sure that they're ready for just anything could be possible at the poll place.
As seen here, 9 locations in Texas's 50th largest county will be open to cast your ballot, including the Walker County Storm Shelter. And folks, right behind me, it is the Hearts Veterans Complex where the Walker County Storm Shelter is. It will be one of the primary voting locations for these primaries for Republicans and Democrats. While we're 4 years away from one of the most controversial elections in history, time can only tell what this one will be like. Besides seemingly minor concerns, the primaries in Walker County seem to be on track to go smoothly and peacefully.
But we always have a backup plan. There's always people on call ready to come to our rescue if needed. But fortunately in Walker County, even during the presidential 4 years ago, this one, I don't see that being a problem. So we've been very fortunate in our county.
From Walker County, Colin Neal, Bearkat Student Media.
An SHSU tradition returns to Huntsville for its 131st year. The annual March to the Grave takes place on March 2nd, which is Sam Houston's birthday. The day also commemorates Texas Independence Day.
Each year on this date, many gather at the Old Main Pit on campus and make the 25-minute walk to Oakwood Cemetery on 9th Street. Once there, dignitaries speak at Sam Houston's gravesite. Some even come from out of town to take part in the march. The event begins at 10 a.m. with the gravesite portion taking place at 11. It is free and open to the public. Many will tell you Huntsville has a prize in town.
One local cafe serves up more than treats. It's grabbed the attention of a well-known TV show.
Bearkat Student Media's Charnel Haywood has more.
Coffee, art, and tea. Located off of University Avenue between 10th and 11th Street, Cass Cafe presents a heritage-style baking.
We decided that we were going to bake like your great-grandmother would have, and we would serve it on the china and with the silver she never let you use.
Although there are no actual cats here, there is one who stays whisking in the kitchen, also known as the Corky Baker.
She's my daughter. Yeah, she's my daughter. Kat, the Quirky Baker, my child, she's an amazing baker. She has all these crazy ideas about how to put flavors together, which is not the norm. I wanted to help her launch her business.
Not only is Kat's Cafe inside a historical building, but home to many creative artworks.
I just wanted to cover them with local art, give an opportunity for local artists to have a place to hang their work and for a community to be able to see and buy their work.
Whether you come for the art or the treats, Cass Cafe wants you to leave fulfilled.
I want them to leave with joy, happiness and joy. I want them to feel visually fulfilled. I want their taste buds to be fulfilled. I want them to feel that they have entered a home environment as much as anything. I want people to come with their friends and just have happiness here.
Having been open since March of 2023, Kat's Cafe will be featured on America's Best Restaurants in the following weeks. The popular show can be found on YouTube. The owners will host a watch party when the episode airs, which isn't known at this time. In Huntsville, Charnel Haywood, Bearkat Student Media.
Coming up, a former professor was recognized for his tenure at SHSU.
Find out how his legacy will always be remembered.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
You're watching Bearkat Student Media News, a production of the Mass Communications Department at Sam Houston State University, only right here on Channel 7.
A Sam Houston State landmark received a bit of a touch-up recently. As part of the campus beautification efforts, the iconic bell tower received some minor repairs. Some patchwork along with new paint were some of the improvements made to the nearly 2-decade-old clock tower.
Workers could be seen drilling atop a large lift. The clock tower has been a focal point of the main campus since its construction in 2005. The tower is named after Ruth and Ron Blatchley, alumni who donated and also helped raise money to have the tower built. Some may refer to him as a Renaissance man. Either way, he received a special Valentine's Day gift from the university. The College of Arts and Media dedicated the atrium and the Gattner Performing Arts Center to former dance professor Dana Nicolay. Nicolay inspired many dancers by teaching, performing, and choreographing productions at Sam Houston State and around the world.
He strongly influenced the design of the building, working alongside architect Marie Hoke and former university president Dr. James Gattner. Gattner describes Nicolay as a Renaissance man with a remarkable teaching career. Nicolay says it's an honor to have his life recognized.
The annual Build-A-Bay event turned the LSC White Ballroom into a hotspot on Valentine's Day.
My co-anchor, Thomas Chambers, attended the event and has more.
On Valentine's Day, the Campus Activities and Traditions Office hosted Build-A-Bay in the White Ballroom. Before the ballroom opened, more than 1,000 students lined up in anticipation. Students could select one out of 11 different bays to adopt, stuff, and take home.
So I chose a frog because I thought he was so cute, and he's green, which is one of my favorite colors.
I have a dog at home. Actually, his name's Taco. And so this isn't exactly like him, but you know, it's always nice to have something of your pet around. So I figured a dog is perfect.
But not everyone was lucky enough to get a bay.
I got to the table where they were giving you the animals, and the person in front of me got the last animal that they had.
After supplies ran out, staff received backlash from students who were still waiting in line. Some students turned to Instagram. Among those students was Caden Dreyer, with a comment expressing his frustration with his unrewarded wait time.
After I got to the table and they gave them all away, I was already aggravated, so I got even more aggravated.
We do have a set budget for this event that we can only work with, you know, because we did try to tell these people who created this other line, hey, this isn't a real line. The line starts all the way over here, but we can't physically move anyone. So I can only go as give you like a verbal announcement.
Despite the backlash, Campus Activities and Traditions staff hope to hold the event again with a new lineup of animals for students to adopt. From Sam Houston State University, Thomas Chambers, Bearkat Student Media News. A recent campus art exhibition is winding down. It's called Layer Cake, and it showcases works of art from Bradley Brown, Jonathan Paul Jackson, and Xochitl Solis. The Layer Cake Museum is located in the SHSU Arts Building. It's been on display for about a month, but you still have a few days left to check it out.
I totally recommend people to come and see it. I don't think a lot of people know about our gallery in the art building. Not a lot of people come and see what we have going on in here, and I think the University Gallery is such a beautiful thing to come see, period. Like whether you're gonna come for the layered cake, which I recommend, but also if you just come to see what we have installed, I think it's a great experience.
Not only do they have pieces to view, but some interactive ones as well. The exhibition runs through Saturday, March 2nd. It's free and open to the public. Check the SHSU website for gallery hours. Still ahead, in honor of Black History Month, students express their art through words.
We'll take you to the library after the break.
And it'll be a mix of sun and clouds the next several days with some mild to warm temperatures. I'm forecaster Fatima Purcell, and I'll have your full weather picture after the break.
The proud son of hardworking immigrant parents, Eric Rodas chose to serve his country. A father, a soldier, and now a college graduate. He proved that circumstances have nothing to do with your outcome. Since 1879, we've been helping students like Eric determine their future. Sam Houston State University, a great name in education.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Good afternoon, Huntsville and Sam Houston State University students. I'm Fatima Purcell with your local forecast. It's currently 61 degrees in Huntsville with sunny skies throughout the day. The humidity is at 53%, winds at 19 miles an hour with the feels like temperature at 52. Around the region, Centerville is at 56 degrees. College Station is a couple ticks lower at 53. Groveton is now at 64 degrees. Livingston checks in at a warmer 71. Conroe is also 71. And finally, Hardin checks in at 76. Statewide, El Paso is seeing a temperature of 61 degrees with cloudy skies. Lubbock, it's 32 degrees. While in Dallas, they check in at 53 degrees. In San Antonio, it's a mild 63 degrees. Now in Brownsville, it's a warmer 84. Around the nation, it's a cool 63 degrees in New York, 33 down in Chicago, and 78 down in Miami. Denver checks in at 53 degrees, and lastly, LA is a mild 70 degrees. For tomorrow, we'll wake up to a chilly temp of 47 degrees here in Huntsville. Sunrise will be at 6:49 a.m. with partly cloudy skies. Now the winds will be coming from the east-northeast at 8 miles an hour, and the humidity will be at 47%. For the 5-day forecast in Huntsville tomorrow, the high is a chilly 56 with a low of 55. Friday has a high of 77 with a low of 59 and a 40% chance of rain. Saturday is a high of 72, Sunday 72 and cloudy, and Monday has a high of 74 with a low of 52. We're still in the cooler temps this week, but we'll be looking forward to some warmer weather here in Huntsville. And that's it from the Bearkat Student Media Weather Center. I'm Fatima Purcell. Have a great rest of your day.
Get ready to express your gratitude. On Wednesday, February 21st, the Thank a Donor Day event took place. Students were invited to the atrium area next to the info desk on the second floor of the LSC. The event lasted from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m.
During this time, students signed thank you cards and sent out shout-outs to donors. Students taking part received such things as chocolate kisses, heart candies, and pins. This also included free t-shirts for the first 250 students.
Just thanking them so much for all of their financial support and the means of scholarships and academic programs.
SHSU's annual giving office joined universities globally for student engagement and philanthropy month.
This allowed students to express gratitude to donors, including alumni, friends, faculty, staff, and students who supported the university through private gifts.
Sam Houston State University says brotherly love is not only reserved for Philadelphia. The talented 10th hosted its first men's talk called Brother to Brother in the library earlier this month. They teamed up with other student organizations and fraternities to talk about issues within the male community.
The room was split into groups with questions on the tables. The purpose was to create a safe space for men to be vulnerable. Neo Soul played in the background, but the conversations were in the forefront of everyone's mind. The talented 10th hopes to make this a monthly meeting moving forward.
The men's basketball team is back on the hardwood, looking to stay atop Conference USA, and it's play ball. The Bearkats baseball team embarks on the 2024 season. I'm Bearkat Student Media sportscaster Hunter King, and I'll have all of your action on the field and on the court coming up after the break.
Hey Bearkats, take your membership on the go by downloading the Sam Houston State University Alumni Cat app today. Not a member yet? Join the Sam Houston Alumni Association or renew in seconds to enjoy exclusive national benefits on dining, entertainment, and much more. Now that you're in, take some time to explore your exclusive member benefits. Read the latest edition of Heritage Magazine or find an alumni event near you. Click on our travel tile to sign up and explore the globe with our traveling Bearkats, or stay connected to alumni in your area as you take your membership everywhere. Come hang out with the Alumni Association as we tailgate some of the biggest games of the year by showing your alumni member card that is now in the palm of your hand. Download the SHSU Alumni Cat app today in the iTunes or Google Play Store, or visit shsu.edu/cat app. Eat 'em up, cats! As a boy, Lorenzo Baez's playground was the streets. When his grandfather suffered a heart attack, one nurse's act of kindness changed his life. Today, he is the first in his family to graduate college, and he's not done yet. He's on his way to becoming a doctor. Since 1879, we've been helping students like Lorenzo defy the odds. Sam Houston State University, a great name in education.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Hunter King with your Bearkat Student Media Sports. Another win for the men's basketball team, this time in El Paso. This past weekend, the Bearkats beat the University of Texas El Paso 65-54. This is their 10th conference win of the season and 17th overall. Both teams had a rough patch when neither team scored. Sam Houston went 3.5 minutes without scoring before the streak ended when Jaden Ray hit a bucket. In the same stretch, UTEP almost went 5 minutes without scoring, which allowed the Bearkats to gain a comfortable advantage. The win kept the Bearkats tied for first place in Conference USA. They play next at home this Saturday against Middle Tennessee State. And pull out the brooms, the Bearkat baseball team just swept Dartmouth in a 3-game set, outscoring the Big Green 26-8 in the series. This is a video from Friday's game where Hunter Autry went 3 for 4, including a double and 2 RBI. Malachi Lott hit a huge bomb to right field, and Jack Tatum added a pair of hits in a 10-hit attack. Colton Atkinson and Wyatt Tucker combined to strike out 8 in this game, and they only walked 1 player. The win Friday was the first ever over Dartmouth and only the second win against an Ivy League school. The Cats improved to 5-2 after the sweep, and they have a couple of midweek games before hosting St. John's in a 3-game set this weekend. The Bearkat football team has just released its spring practice schedule as well as the date for their big spring game. They'll take to the field beginning Tuesday, March 19th, and work out 3 days that week. They'll continue to practice 3 days a week for the next 4 weeks, except for week 2 where they'll just practice twice. They wrap up spring practice on Friday, April 19th before taking to the field for their annual spring game on Saturday, April 20th. Kickoff will be at 11 a.m. and the game is open to the public. However, practices are only open to Texas high school coaches and players' families. And speaking of Bearkat football, it's official. The team has hit the big time. On a gaming system near you, that is. EA College Football 25 will feature all 134 FBS football teams on its new video game, which includes Sam Houston State. The announcement came last week, and the SHSU athletic department was quick to let everyone know on X, formerly known as Twitter. The game will hit shelves sometime this summer. The last time EA released a college football video game was in 2013. More than 11,000 players can opt in to appear in the game and will receive $600 if they do so. Plus, a copy of the game is valued at $70. A lot of excitement on the field and on the court in the coming weeks. I'm Hunter King, and that's a wrap on sports.
Thank you, Hunter. There was one last word to wrap up Black History Month. The library hosted a poetry slam in collaboration with the NAACP and NABCJ. After checking in, students signed up to read poetry they had written.
Not everyone had to read poetry, though. For those who didn't want to read, canvases were made available to paint. The Poetry Slam was to honor Black History Month and the students of SHSU. The room was packed with poetry, snaps, and pizza. They also served lemonade. That'll do it for us this week at Bearkat Student Media News. I'm Thomas Chambers.
And I'm Jessica Maldonado. We'll see you back here next week.